World of Warcraft has 13 classes, everybody, and you probably have tried most of them. But let's be honest, some of them are better than others. Some classes feel iconic, like they are Warcraft, and others feel like they just kind of somehow snuck into the game one day without anybody noticing.
No way.
So today, we're ranking every WoW class from worst to best, and I apologize in advance if your main is near the bottom. So let's begin with number 13. The Evoker. You're the newest class in the game, Evokers, and yet somehow you're the least memorable. How is that even possible? You're literally playing as a dragon person who can literally soar the skies of Azeroth, and yet somehow you all can still take fall damage. Like, what is up with that? You're a failed experiment of Deathwing. You spend your days spamming magic laser beams, and guys, you think that you look fabulous while doing it, but you don't. Listen, Evokers, you might think you're cool, but you're just the guy who shows up to the raid looking like a Lisa Frank notebook. Evokers have potential, sure, but they feel like a tech demo for a better class we haven't seen yet, especially with their most recent spec augmentation. And no matter how many times you say that you're not a furry, you play a dragon with eyeliner, okay? You're not fooling anybody. Number 12. The Monk. You play this class because you love Pandaria. You might say it's because of the gameplay of the Monk, but deep down, you just want to do kung fu flips while dressed up like a tea-serving panda. Also, yes, all Monk players are Pandaren, or Tauren, because the image of a cow doing karate kicks is hilarious. Seriously though, Monks, they are weirdly strong in PvP and in dungeons, but nobody remembers that because nobody plays them. You're just the guy who picks the off-meta spec, you insist that it's viable, and then you get mad when nobody knows what your buttons do on your keyboard. You don't even know what the Monk buttons do. Your class fantasy, it is pretty cool. You know, the idea of the wandering brewmaster traversing the lands of Azeroth, but unfortunately, Monks, your popularity is not. Number 11. Demon Hunter. You guys had your moment in Legion, and then, well, what exactly are you guys even doing right now? Lore-wise, you all should be retired or dead. And gameplay-wise, most of you guys are just jumping around like anime characters that got lost on your way to Final Fantasy XIV. You still got that double jump, you got that glide, and you delight in your chaos damage, but it all feels kind of weird and out of place when you're a literal frickin' demon hunter, and yet you've been pulled into some goblin gang warfare down in the Undermine. Also, 90% of your class fantasy is just yelling, Illidan was right, with your shirt off. Seriously, do your nipples ever get cold, guys? Put on a shirt. Number 10. The Hunter. Once upon a time, long ago, you were the king of immersion, my friend. You were taming pets, you were feeding them, you were training them, managing your ammo, peak hunter lifestyle, dudes. And now, you're just a mobile turret with a cat. Everything that made hunters feel unique and cool is gone. You're just a discount warlock with no demons and a much worse fashion sense. Speaking of discounts, by the way, use code NIXIUM for 20% off Zygor, the ultimate World of Warcraft leveling guide add-on, linked down below in the description. Anyway, Beast Mastery, it's basically just press button and let your pet do the work. Survival, that spec is just a rumor, dude. Marksman mains, they're the only ones still holding the line, and even they're losing faith. Hunters are just kind of boring nowadays. What can I say? That's why they're so low on this list, but don't worry, we're only just getting started. Number 9. Priest. You will be a healer, whether you like it or not. You can pick Shadow. By all means, pick Shadow, but your group still expects you to res them after every wipe. You're either the best support in the raid, or you're the most fragile bag of cloth on the battlefield. Discipline is Holy Priest Light. Holy is what this class was originally designed around. You'll never escape that fact. And Shadow is one bad patch away from turning into a goth-themed mage. You all know it. You're loyal to your class, everybody, and we respect that. I respect that. Even if in most people's minds, the only reason you exist in this game is to buff them with power word fortitude. Personally, I've met a lot of great priest players out there, but they were all the types that got a Monster energy drink and a cigarette and called it lunch. But hey, they were kind of cool, I guess. Number 8. Death Knight. You guys thought I was going to put Death Knight higher on the list, didn't you? Well, you were wrong! Here's the thing, Death Knights, they were the coolest kids on the block back in Wrath of the Lich King. They were overpowered as a creative metaphor, and they have been chasing that high ever since, even me. Now, Death Knights were all just Bolvar's unpaid interns, especially back in Shadowlands. That was the Death Knights' moment to shine, but all we did was carry around this big burnt-looking toast fella and complain about Sylvanas. Now sure, we still got the runes and the diseases, and we got our pet ghouls with names like Grave Sniffer. Something's missing, all right? We're the heavy metal class that used to scream in solo dungeons, and now we mostly sit alone in the outdoors, wondering what went wrong. Unholy players wish they could play as a necromancer in this game. Frost Death Knight players hate it when they're not top DPS with every single patch. And Blood DKs, they're just too stubborn to die. In fact, when they do die, they claim that the entire game is broken. I mean, I guess we're still a little bit cool, but we are not Wrathgate cool anymore. Number 7. Rogue. If you love stealth, stabbing people from behind, and being a complete, absolute PvP menace, Rogue is your jam. You're slippery, you're smug, and borderline insufferable in battlegrounds and in groups. You play to win, and you always play to win dirty. Green tea, it's always been your drink of choice, your secret weapon in the shadows. But honestly, who needs tea when you have Coffee Mancer coffee? Bold, beautiful, and brewed for chaos. Link down below in the description. But anyway, outside of PvP, people just forget you exist, Mr. Rogue. You don't bring buffs, you don't bring utility, you don't even bring friendliness. You're kind of an asshole. Why are you guys always so bitter? You guys just bring knives, okay? And that's cool and all, but even Garrosh would be like, hey, maybe like chill a little bit. Still, when it comes to pickpocketing, poisoning, and vanishing mid-fight, nobody does it better. Rogues can be a lot of fun. Number 6. Shaman. Shamans are one of the coolest class fantasies in the game, dudes. Totems, lightning, wolves made up of spirit energy. Dude, this is the vibe class. But for some reason, shamans, you guys are always playing catch up. You are never the top DPS. You are never the first pick, but you should be. At least that's what you tell yourselves when you're alone in your bedroom at 3 a.m. doing some dailies. You're a servant to the elements, the spiritual cousin to Thrall himself, and yet Blizzard treats you like the backup singer of the class roster. And still, you hold the line. You cast Chain Lightning with pride, and we salute you for it. Number 5. Druid. You can do everything. You can tank, You can heal, melee, ranged, you name it. You're like 5 classes duct taped together, and somehow it works and somehow it makes sense lore-wise. Everyone's jealous of your versatility, even if they pretend not to be, but let's be real, Feral is kind of suffering a little bit. Balance is moon spam. Guardian is chunky bear mode. Resto Druid players, you guys haven't blinked since 2007. You're the class people forget how to fight in PvP because you guys just have too many damn abilities and too many damn buttons. You are chaos in a tree form, and I think Treebeard would be very proud of that fact. Number 4. Warlock. The Warlock player is fashionable, diabolical, and probably into some really weird stuff out of game. Weird stuff involving whips and too much black leather, if you catch my meaning. They've got the best looking tier sets in the game, a cast of demonic minions, and spells that will make everybody else feel underdressed. You are a DPS machine, Warlocks, a soulstone vending machine, and a walking trauma trigger for anybody who did vanilla raids. And yes, we know that you installed that nude mod for World of Warcraft all those years ago to have some naked succubus following you around. And no, we're not judging, at least not much. Number 3. The Paladin. You picked Paladin because you watched Arthas in Warcraft 3 and thought, whoa, that's me. And honestly, it kind of is. Paladins get the best of everything. Plate armor, big heals, massive crits, bubbles, a smug sense of righteousness. Whether you're cleansing evil or just cleansing debuffs, you make it look glorious. Retribution swings a comically large hammer. Protection, you're just a walking tank fortress, and Holy is the raid bomb that we all need. You have one of the best class fantasies in World of Warcraft, and even if you don't know anything about World of Warcraft lore, who frickin' cares? You can just play a paladin like you're a frickin' crusader who's off to the Holy Land to reclaim Jerusalem for Rome. And that works fine too. Number 2. The Mage. You, my friend, are classic fantasy. You channel fire, frost, and arcane energy like a caffeine-fueled wizard on Adderall. You blink into danger, you explode everything, and then you blink out before anybody can blame you. You get portals, you get food, time travel, invisibility. You're basically the ultimate flavor class pretending to be a simple DPS, and we let you do it because when a mage pops off, they become a glowing hurricane of destruction with a book fetish. You are magical, dudes. I'll also say, if you've been playing a mage since vanilla, you're probably still wondering how the hell people get around without portals to everywhere. Other classes walk or fly to the portal rooms? Like, how tedious is that? And now, everybody, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the number 1 class. Guys, if you've been enjoying the video so far, give it a like, hit subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if this video can get 4,000 likes, I will rank the WoW races from worst to best for all of you. Here we go. Number 1. The Warrior. What can I say? It's the true World of Warcraft experience. You, an axe, and a dream of purple pixels. You are the muscle of the party, the screaming embodiment of rage, and the reason bosses die fast. You don't need spells. You don't need tricks or stupid gimmicks. Just pure, unfiltered violence. Warriors have 2 buttons and infinite swag. Every expansion, people say warriors are bad, and then you know what? They charge in, they hit execute, and they end some careers. You are the Garrosh main, the gladiator, the raid leader, the myth, the legend. This is your world, everybody. Everybody else is just squishier. And seriously, Garrosh is every warrior player's patron saint, because Garrosh, they swear to their dying breaths, did nothing wrong, which of course he didn't. So there you have it, all 13 classes ranked from worst to best. If your main landed low on the list, well, I guess just cope harder. And if you're a warrior main, congratulations, you are the true Giga Chad archetype. Let me know in the comments where your class should have been ranked, and if you say Evoker deserves top 3, just please explain in detail while the rest of us question your sanity. And if you guys want another video to watch, check out what your favorite WoW villain says about you, which is on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you with my next video.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.